Hey everybody, I'm Andy Smith. I'm a 30-year comic book veteran, having worked for Marvel Comics, DC Comics, Image Comics, Cross Generation, Ominous Press. You name it, I've probably worked for them. And I do other things art-wise outside of comics in the field of advertising. I've also written some books on drawing comics you might have seen. Drawing American manga superheroes, Drawing Dynamic Comics was my first book. And I also did the handy little How to Draw Superhero sketchbook where all you need is a pencil because you do all the work right inside the book. Enough about that. This is the Book Look series. The Book Look series is where I grab a book off my library. You can see the tons of books I have behind me. And I go through it page by page with you so you can see if it's a book that you might want to buy. I like to know what I want to buy before I buy it, and I feel this is a way to give you some insight into these books. So join me for today's book look. Thanks. Well, hello everybody, this is Andy Smith with your weekly book look, the show where I pull a book off my shelf and go through it page by page, hopefully enticing you to maybe want to try to find it to buy. And just to educate and whatever. So this is the third book look for Encore, The Art of Liam Sharp. I kind of went backwards. Usually it's gold, silver, bronze. Is that right? Yeah. But instead of going in that order, I went bronze, silver, and now gold. So this is the actual first book that Liam did as a crowdfund. Introduction by Grant Morrison. This is the gold one. I do like how he had every book themed. The silver was all black and white work. Love this painting, by the way. Maybe it'll say on the inside. I don't know if this whole thing is digital or if it's a mix of real paint and digital. Let's delve in and find out. This book came with this little Kickstarter exclusive, not for resale. The Chronicles of Lib LaRoche by Liam Sharp. Art and words by Liam Sharp. Lettering by Roger Langridge. So let's see. This is kind of like just an excerpt of a book he's going to be doing right here. As I said before, with Liam's stuff, you can tell his influence when he does the colored work is Dave McKean, Bill Sienkiewicz, etc. Especially in that, just like the cartooniness of some of it and exaggeration and such. So I said before, I do prefer his black and white work, and then computer coloring is kind of what I prefer for comic book stuff. I never really got into like Bill Sienkiewicz, Stray Toasters, and some of the Dave McKean stuff. And then this is kind of a flip book, so let's flip it. I do love this. I mean, I love the visuals to the stuff, don't get me wrong. And then over here, it's The Ghost in the Sword. And I did read these back when they came out, but... So, like, I look at this and... I mean, it's nice to look at, but from a storytelling standpoint, it's kind of like, I mean, I get it. It's, you want to look at each panel individually. So, it's kind of tracking across the camera, and then it kind of zooms in some and comes down, and then you follow this across, and yeah. He's kind of doing that throughout a lot of this. I don't know. Like I said, I think it's nice to look at, but it's not really my cup of tea. But then you get to this type of stuff, and I'm like, okay, this is my cup of tea. So there you go. To each their own. I think this is really cool. And then we get, kind of back to this weirdness here. Oh, let me know what you think in the chat. But I mean, that's basically it for that little bit of that story. So let's delve into the book It also came with this card, the Empress. Of course, all the books. I mean, the production quality on all these books is fantastic. They all have the nice ribbon. I don't know if these books are still available. They were on a Kickstarter. This was 2021, so 2 years ago. It roughly took them 2 years to finish the project. I got that last book, Bronze, a couple months ago. You know, introduction here, Grant Morrison. This is really cool. Liam has a star in Derby's Cathedral Quarter, where he's from. So I gotta admit, that's pretty freaking cool. Having a star like that. You could just be standing over it, and it's kind of like, you know, some tourist is like, oh, what's that? And you're like, that's my star, baby. I like this. Kind of like a little influence page. I assume that's him as a baby. I assume that's his mother. So this is cool, just kind of giving you a nice little shot of his influences. Here we go. This is the cover. So I was correct. It's a painting, and after it was scanned, he might have done some digital work. There's a nice Frazetta book. He definitely has that influence. I have that Frazetta book. And then we start breaking it down. So DC Comics. Now, I don't think there's a lot of black and white in this book. I have not looked at this book. Kind of like most of the book looks I do. I have not looked at this book since I got it. So we shall see. The back of the book will have a breakdown page by page of what these stories are from. So I cannot tell you off the top of my head. I like this. So like, to me, this is more traditional storytelling and stuff compared to what was in that exclusive comic that came with it. You can see right here where I'm talking about. He's big into like Sienkiewicz and stuff. You get that vibe from like the exaggeration and the style that he's doing. And I'm pretty sure all this is digital. Maybe it was hand drawn and scanned in, or maybe it's all on the computer. Not sure. I think this might have been a cover for Special Justice League book. Really cool. I mean, hat off. I don't know how to do a lot of this stuff digitally. I want to say there was a Black Label Catwoman book, and that's what some of this art is from that came out a couple years ago. Oh, excuse me, sneezing on stream. That is not professional. Guys, don't do that. This, I know for a fact, is a cover to an issue of the Green Lantern stuff he was doing with Grant Morrison, because this was a variant cover, and I bought it. I love this cover. I do enjoy digital painting. I just wish I had more time to do it and to try it and stuff. Practice. These are covers from his Brave and the Bold. So this is Brave and the Bold. Doesn't say it's #1. I guess it's #1. This says #2. This was a fun series. He wrote it, penciled and inked it. You'll just have to forgive me. I do not remember who did the coloring. Maybe Laura Martin did? That's what I'm thinking. This is cover 3, cover 4. That was only 4. I thought it was more than 4 issues. I love this cover of Green Lantern. I also remember buying this one. Very Al Williamson, Flash Gordon, even with the composition, and definitely with the textures and inking he was doing here. Very Al Williamson. I like the proportion too he's given these guys. This is from Green Lantern. In this issue, his art, as you can see, if you didn't buy the book, this is a lot simpler, really just outlines than what he usually does, and it was for a storytelling reason for this particular issue of Green Lantern. That was what was kind of cool about the Green Lantern series, is he would kind of tweak his art depending on the story. I believe this is from Green Lantern as well, and don't say, oh, duh, Andy, look, there's Green Lantern. But the last few issues that he did of Green Lantern, he did totally digital painting like this. I thought it was a little inconsistent because it was a 24 issue run. The first 12 issues was season 1, and season 2 was comprised of 12 issues, or comprised of 12 issues. And the last few he did totally digital paint. I would have preferred consistency in regards to doing it all pencil and ink and color. This is probably just a sketch for fun. You can really see the Bisley influence in this one. I love it. Love the crustiness of it. Just has this crunchy crustiness, that cape. This could be from that Catwoman. I honestly don't know. I didn't get that series because I don't believe he was the artist drawing it from the beginning. I think he had to come in to help out. This is really cool. I'm assuming it's all computer. Probably says. This, I want to say, is him. And he used himself for reference. And you can do cool photo manipulation and stuff like that. Here we go. There's black and white stuff in this book. Okay. This is from some of his Green Lantern work. Like I said, I believe it was the last 4 issues out of the 24 he digitally painted. So 20 issues was done like this. And I just love this. I said it in a previous video. I kind of wish DC would put out a black and white version of Green Lantern because of the detail and the textures and stuff he put into the project. It almost looks like it says something right in here. I wonder who. I wonder who wrote the Book of Love. So this is from Green Lantern. This is actually from, I believe, an issue of Justice League he did. I just love, the thing, I look at Liam's stuff and I think manly. I think machismo when I look at it, even in a long shot like this. The composition, the textures and stuff, and these faces, it just looks tough. This is some of his Wonder Woman work right here. This was his comeback stuff to DC that he did. He did Wonder Woman. I believe it was alternating issues on Wonder Woman. Was it Rebirth? Yeah, Rebirth. He was alternating issues with Nicola Scott. This is what I'm saying. Do a black and white of Ethan's stuff, DC. You're literally letting money go to waste. I really think it would sell. Just love that, the detail on it and stuff. Like I said, I totally forgot this book showed black and white. I thought when I did the silver book look that book he just kept all black and white. But as you can see, I was wrong. There is black and white in this book. So one of the nice things about the computer is, oh no, I'm wrong. I was going to say he probably drew this once and then flipped it for here. But I was just looking at the details at this top part right here, and they're different on either side. So this original art, I would guess, has all this stuff on it. So that's really cool. Love that shot of Batman. Big, blowy cape. Super cool. Man, my allergies are hitting me. I believe... No, was that the cover? That might have been one of the covers of the first issue of Green Lantern. They did so many. Oh, excuse me, guys. Not sure what this is from. I don't know if it's Green Lantern or not, but as a colorist, you're just kind of like, woof, got my work cut out for me. This is from Green Lantern. I remember seeing this in the book, thinking, man, I'd love to see that in black and white, just to see the little details and everything he did. And I also wonder if this was 11 by 17 or if he worked bigger because of all the detail. This is from Green Lantern 2. I love the texture he put on her suit. That's not a zipatone pattern with whiteout. That is inked and then gone back over, probably with whiteout, or maybe not. I mean, these white right here highlights could be no whiteout at all, just done with ink. Now this one, I don't know if he inked this or it has a Bill Sienkiewicz look. It's page 58. So when we get to the end, I'll look and see. I'm gonna say that he inked it, Liam did, but was going for that Bill Sienkiewicz type look. Now I know he inked this. I believe it was an Aquaman cover. Super cool. Very cool. That's how I like to see my heroes. Gears of War. He did this when Wildstorm got the license. I think that says Liam 2008, 9, not sure on the signature. It's really cool. I would not have enjoyed having to draw this gun over and over, or honestly, these dudes' suits, but I like the way he handled it. Look at that. This is, and once again, many influences here, if you know what you're looking for. Simon Bisley, Bill Sienkiewicz, Brian Boland as well is an influence. You can really see it in this face. Just great lighting, great rendering there. I don't know if that's pen or if it's brush. I don't know what this is from, but it's freaking cool. Could be Gears of War. Well, actually, I'm guessing it is, since that's the title of the chapter. Duh, Smith. Use your brain. You just read the title of the chapter's Gears of War. So let me rewind. So this is really cool. This is from Gears of War 2, of course, like the chapter. So is this. Like the lighting and stuff he has going on. The Hyborian Age. So this was actually the cover for Silver. So look at that, repurposing. This is freaking awesome. I don't know if it's traditional or digital. I want to say it's a hybrid. But man, Conan like that, cool. Here's the cover. We saw earlier in the book, this was laying out on his table, so it was hand-painted, as well as, I'm assuming, some digital enhancement to it. This is really cool. I think he did this, I think I remember reading he did this as a pitch for Conan, and then either he was offered Conan or something else came along and he swerved and went the other way. And I want to say that's what it was, and he went the Wonder Woman route. Because look, even though Conan's cool, Wonder Woman is more popular and would have more eyes on it if it was a relaunch. Image Comics. Spawn the Dark Ages. Now, kind of a complaint with the design. I would love to have seen these take up a lot more room, because this is an art book and we want to look at the art. So I'm not quite sure why they weren't, unless they couldn't get high-res images and this is the best they could do. And if they tried to blow them up anymore, you'd get pixelation and distortion. I don't know. Well, that was quick. All right, short chapter. Marvel Comics. It's from 1992. I remember when I was looking at this book going, I've never seen that before. Now, this is from 92, so this has got to be full-on original, no digital. But you can see definitely more of a Bisley-esque influence in it. Oh yeah, I don't know what this piece was for. He did do a Man-Thing 3-4 issue thing. I believe J.M. DeMatteis wrote it. That's a great looking Man-Thing. Get your heads out of the gutters, people. Really cool. Almost looks like a Skeletor. Once again, not quite sure. I would like to talk to the designer and say, is this the largest you could do because of the resolution of the file, or is this a design choice? And honestly, if it was a design choice, because I already told you, my sense would be to make this as large as possible. But if this was a design choice, to keep it this small. I would like to ask the designer what the thinking is behind it. And if any of you are, book designers, let me know your thoughts. I think an art book, you really want to see the art. Why not make it as big as possible? Oh, what was this from? No clue, but it was from Marvel. Oh, 2000 AD. He's a Brit, so there's going to be some of that. Don't see a signature. I'm sure it says in the back what year this is from. That is a craggly looking Judge Dredd. I love the cartooning of the mouth on kind of a realistic painting, and it just works. I believe that's early on in his career. I'm not sure what this one's from. That almost looks like a metal version of Bad Rock from Image Comics. $1987. Very nice. Very cool here. I don't know if he did any Judge Dredd interior work over there. It would have been cool, though, just from that. Oh, that's nice. Madefire was a company he co-founded, actually, to do books. Oh, Captain Stone. I went through that book in a previous book look. So these are pages from Captain Stone. If you missed it, I believe it was last week's. At the end of the main book look, I did the Captain Stone graphic novel that I got from him in San Diego. Yeah, this is from Captain Stone. Love the different techniques. The whole book is just like a lesson in different techniques for the art. Oh, yeah. I remember going through the book, and the book is comic book size, so it's cool to be able to see this larger. And this was original paint with a little digital enhancements of the glow here, and I think the glows around this stuff, the yellows. But that's a very cool painting. Once again, very Simon Bisley, Frank Frazetta-ish. Super cool. Bill Sienkiewicz inked this. Not quite sure about that piece. There was a number of pieces in Silver, the book that featured all black and white work, that he collaborated with Bill Sienkiewicz on. I think some of them are in here too, as far as Sherlock Holmes project he did. And then miscellaneous stuff. I would have said miscellaneous, but the smart way is miscellanea. So, what I would have liked to have seen him do is when Wildstorm had the God of War license, seen him draw Kratos, the main character in God of War. That would have been epic. See him do Vampirella, of course, would have been nice. Powerful. That's a great one word to describe his work, is powerful. I know he did that Starhenge book, create your own book through Image. It came out as, I believe, 4 floppies, and then as a hardcover, and maybe a trade paperback. But man, I think he would have made more money if it was crowdfunded. I really do. I mean, these books he crowdfunded and did phenomenal. So I really think he should crowdfund. I think I remember reading he's doing another Image book. I don't know. Maybe they sell so well that it's better than crowdfunding, but I just don't see it. This is great. I don't know what this page is from, but the textures on it, very nice. This looks early in his career. Oh, very cool here. Is it Franklin Booth, the early black and white illustrator that did this type of technique? I mean, we know Bernie Wrightson did, but before that, we're talking early 1900s, I believe. I think it was Franklin Booth. That's cool. Very cool, just great textures and stuff. Probably a little digital, maybe the whole thing, not sure. Oh, look at that. These are pages from that little promo comic that was included. I just love this. This is just great. We'll have to see in the index who colored this stuff. I'm going to say he did because I didn't see coloring credit inside the little Kickstarter comic. You can see his Bill Sienkiewicz influence in these two pieces. What are we on? Page 127. Now, like, this piece is very Sergio Toppi. Sergio, I'm pretty sure that's his first name, Toppi, T-O-P-P-I. Look up his work. His black and white work, very much like that. Textural patterns and things. Oh, Black Sad. I didn't realize he did a Black Sad piece. That's cool. This is, I don't know what the story is. I would love to see more, though. Stuff like that. You know, it's just, it's so intriguing. It makes you want to know more. Oh, and then some various covers for things. God Killers. Very Frazetta, super cool. That's from the freebie book right here as well. And then appendix. So let's see, page 58. I remembered Batman, Catwoman, pencils and inks. Wait, that was page 58? What did I have a question about page 58 for? I thought it was something that I couldn't figure out what it was. That doesn't seem like that makes sense, though. So now I must backtrack and see. Oh, yeah. Batman, Catwoman. That was the Black Label job that he had to help out on. And he did. I thought maybe Sienkiewicz might have worked on this as well, but nope. It's all Liam with a little Sienkiewicz influence there. So there you go. Yeah, cool. Great book. It's a great 3-book set of his work. It's amazing the variety out of 330-page books. That's 390 pages, close to 400 pages. He's been in the business a few years longer than I have. I don't know if I mean, I could put together this much work, but not with this variety in regards to painting, digital painting, and stuff like that. Most of mine would be black and white. Just shows the diversity of artists out there and stuff of what we do. So there you go. Encore, The Art of Liam Sharp. If this is your first book look, watch. I've got a whole playlist dedicated to the book looks I've done over the past year and a half or so. Each book is different, no repeats. And go back, check them out. Some of the books are still available, so you can buy them if you like what you see. Some of them are really pricey because they're out of print. And some of them like this, unfortunately, I think unless you backed it on Kickstarter, the only way you're going to get to see it is here as a book look. So check that out. Also, guys, check out Kor-Drath, The Reckoning, my Indiegogo campaign, which is live now. Trailer coming up at the end of the show. 76 pages, ball-busting barbarian action. Kor-Drath, his tribe was overrun by a legion of the undead. He gets back and sees the destruction and all his tribal members laid to waste. Him, along with his partner, the sorceress Adriana, need to track down and find out who did this and why they did it. Why his tribe out of all the others. It is a tale of vengeance. Blood will be shed. It is action. You will love it. And for the $100,000 stretch goal that we're marching towards, Bud Root, the guy that did the variant Lilith cover, is contributing a 4-page Lilith story. Pencils and inks by Bud Root, colors by Dan Lawless. That's the $100,000 stretch goal to make it an 80-page book. Wow, that's huge. Go check it out. I'm Andy Smith Art on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Just look up Andy Smith. And I've got a Facebook personal page, a business page, Of course, andysmithart.com, Kor-Drath.com. These links are all in the description below. Thank you for joining me. I'll catch you next week for another book look. Bye-bye, everybody.